I am going to, hi, hello. I always just jump right in. We're gonna meal prep. It's kind of a mess. That's how we roll around here. I just finished meal prepping a couple freezer meals for the home. So that should come out first. I'll link it if you want to see that. That was kind of more of a hanging out in the morning with us and trying to squeeze a meal prep in. This is gonna be hanging out in the afternoon with us and trying to get a individual meal prep in, counting macros. My plan, my hope, is to make hidden veggie mac and cheese. It's from Meal Prep Manual. I believe that recipe is free on his website. If it is, I'll link it down below. If not, I'll just link his membership, and then you can pay for the membership and get tons and tons and tons of macro calculated recipes for you. But that's what we're gonna do with that one. I did tweak it so it is not the exact same, but I changed a lot of the recipes that I look for, so they're kind of like inspirations. The other thing I'm hoping to make is, I'm gonna try to make like a sausage and cheese breakfast sandwich. I'm not gonna do sausage, egg, and cheese like, you know, a McMuffin. I'm just gonna do sausage and cheese, and then if I want eggs that day, I can just make some egg whites or regular eggs. And then I think there was one more thing, but let's just start with those two. Oh, soup. I was gonna try to make soup also. So we're gonna try to make all these things. Let's see what we get done. First thing going though is I got a pot of water back here and it's starting to boil, and then I am going to get 2 pieces of chicken in the Instant Pot and cooking to see if we can get that prepped for the soup. Okay, we're starting to get a little random thunderstorms, so I'm not sure if it'll pick that up in the background, but I wanted to share, actually I don't need this calculation, but I ended up putting the chicken in. It's frozen, and I had 906 grams of frozen chicken. So this chalkboard, there's video up if you want to see that too, but that's where I'm going to kind of track what I'm cooking, because I'm cooking multiple things at one time. You could just use a scratch piece of paper, or you can not track it all, but I'm doing this so for my macros, I want to keep track of it, so I'm going to keep track of it. So that's what I got going in the Instant Pot. All I did was add chicken, a cup of water, or the 2 frozen chickens, put them in the water in the Instant Pot. Gosh, I'm making a mess of this. And then I set it to cook. The water's boiling. Now I'm gonna start on the sausage patties here. And I just realized it's 2 o'clock and I've not like had a full meal. So hopefully this meal preps will help me stop doing these things. It's kind of been happening a lot where I'm going and going and going in the morning, just kind of living off my coffee, and then I'm starving and I want to eat everything because I'm not pacing myself, and I am intermittent fasting, not on purpose, and I'm not counting it right. So I bought this Jenny O regular fresh turkey sausage. It says it's already seasoned. It is 1 pound, so I'm gonna first cut it in 4ths and see what size patties I get, and then see if I want to make them smaller or how I want to do that. Okay, so when I put the sausage in, it came out to 467 milliliters or grams, same thing. So there we go. So I'm just gonna put that in the 467, divide I think by 5, and see if I can't get the patties close enough to that number. So I'm gonna be aiming for that number. I'm gonna get as close as I can to it though. Zero it out. Okay. Actually, I don't even think I need to go that big. I may even go smaller. This is 77. Maybe for a nice round number, we'll try 75. That looks like it makes a decent sized patty there. So we're gonna do 75. My patties aren't perfect, but I'm sure they'll taste good. So we're gonna get those cooking. It just occurred to me that I do have a hamburger press that probably make these patties prettier, but it's okay. Okay, my water is boiling, so I am gonna go ahead and put in my chickpea elbow pasta. This is, yeah, Simple Truth chickpea elbow pasta. I got this one for a little bit extra protein in it. Per 2 ounces, 220 calories, 3.5 fat, 34 carbs, 10 grams of protein. We're gonna use the whole thing though. I'm gonna throw the whole thing in here. I'm gonna salt that, and then I just turned the fire on for the patties, and we made about We had 6 patties and then a teeny tiny like little baby one there that I'm gonna cook up, and I'm sure one of my kids will gobble it up. So that's the next step here. My timer just went off for the pasta. I just put this patty in there, but as you can see, the patties are almost done, the sausage patties. So I'm gonna put this back on and leave it off just slightly and then drain my pasta. I already hit a little bit of a snafu. My carrots in my fridge were not good anymore, but I do have some shredded frozen carrots. So I needed 3 carrots or about 300 grams, but like I said, they weren't good. So I have 1 cup here. We'll measure it out. Ooh, sorry. We'll measure it out and see how much that weighs. And then my cauliflower, my frozen cauliflower, it calls for 1 pound, and the bags that I bought were 12 ounces. So I do have 2 of them. So we'll kind of play by ear with that too. We're supposed to roast them, but I'm gonna skip that step. And I know I'm missing out on a flavor level there. I know. So that's on me. But I just want to turn the oven on to 425, okay? And wait another 20 to 25 minutes. So we're gonna, do we want to do it? Do we want to throw it in the air fryer maybe? No, we can't. I can't throw the shredded carrots in the air fryer. That's not an idea. But I guess we'll throw it in the oven. That's just, I didn't want to turn the oven on. It's not that long, right? Just suck it up. Okay, let's suck it up and put it in the oven. This one I did mark the grams on it. So total, I have about 280 grams of carrots, which is close to the 300 mark. So I'm gonna toss this on too. Probably gonna end up steaming because there's ice chunks on mine. Like I said, we'll just hope for the best. I'm gonna give it just a quick spray with the avocado. I give it a quick spray with the avocado oil, and we'll see how it comes out. Okay, so my sausages are done. I went ahead and put them on I put them in one of these little pie tins with some napkins to drain. And I'm actually gonna have one right now, and this is how we're gonna prep them. I have an English muffin. The brand that you use will kind of dictate what you have. The brand that I have, it's just this Brown's Original, so you can get a different, like I think they have 100-calorie ones and stuff. This one in particular, for 1 muffin, 61 grams is 130 calories. I put a slice of sliced provolone on it. You could use a fat-free cheese if you wanted to. This slice has 5 grams of fat, 5 grams of protein. And there's my little cute sandwich. It is almost 3 o'clock, so I'm actually gonna eat this right now, and I will put up the macros for you so you can see what it looks like. But that's the prep there. I could either prep the sandwiches, wrap them individually and freeze them, but I honestly think for now I am going to just put the patties in the fridge like that and plop my sandwiches together too. You could also use that Laughing Cow cheese and use that as a spread on there, or no cheese at all. So I'm gonna finish this. I just put the veggies in the oven, and the chicken has like 2 more minutes to go. So we're gonna keep going here. Okay, I'm gonna have to blend the vegetables, and I reserved some pasta water. But I have to shred the pepper jack cheese also for the mac and cheese. I'm thinking I could just shred it in here and then also blend my veggies and stuff in here as well. We'll see. I cracked mine, it fell. So there's a hole right here, and they don't have the replacement lid right now. So we're kind of ghetto fabulous, and we hold it down while we shred. And my thought process with this is that because it's all gonna go mixed together anyways, it's okay if there's a little bit of shredded cheese like stuck to my food processor when I blend the veggies. I do want to mention chickpea pasta kind of becomes mush, so be aware if you're not using regular pasta. Chickpea pasta doesn't hold up as well. Okay, here are my veggies. Like I said, they probably steamed a little bit more than roasted. And there's my pasta water, and then here's the size of my food processor. So I may have to do it in batches because I'm not using the blender. The blender is a little bit bigger, probably go faster, but I'm not gonna dirty another thing. We'll mix this along with some milk, pasta water, veggies, and the cheese, and that'll make the sauce. I added about a cup of milk and more of the pasta water, so maybe like a cup of the pasta water, but so far it still looks like baby food to me. So much for not dirtying extra dishes. The strongest blender we have is this little NutriBullet, so I'm gonna try this. Okay, that's looking a little more creamier, so I think it is just my machinery. I'm gonna figure out a way to blend this, and then I think what I'm gonna do is put the cheese and just kind of fold it in. So it calls at the end for you to put it in a baking dish and then separate it out. I was hoping, again, to skip that step, but I don't think I will. I think I'll go ahead and put it in the baking dish. At this point, it feels like it should just be dinner, except my littles already had mac and cheese for lunch, so that's okay. Okay, I'm sorry for the bad angle. I went ahead and dumped the first, or I put, dumped is probably not a great choice of word. I just gently tossed in the first of the cauliflower carrot. I'm gonna put the rest of it in. I did put a pinch of salt in each one, each time I blended it in the NutriBullet. Right now, it tastes like carrots and cauliflower. I'm gonna put in a big bunch of this cheese. His original recipe does say to blend the cheese with the sauce, but you can see I was struggling with my blender capabilities today, so we're gonna go this route. I'm gonna toss in my pasta, or my pasta mush. Look at, I did put it in cold water to stop it, but I left it in the strainer, so came out with one big mush. I'm just gonna try to blend this as best as I can. Probably would have been a better idea to drain it and put it back in my pot while I was waiting, so it wouldn't have gotten so clumpy, but we didn't do that. Live and learn. If you're watching this video all the way through, maybe try that. Also, maybe just try following the directions. There's nothing wrong with that. You don't have to go rogue like me. Here's what we're looking at. And then I'm gonna sprinkle the rest of this cheese on top. I'm preheating the oven to 400. It looks like it's already there. And then I'm, my kids. And then I'm gonna just bake it for a few minutes to make this cheesy on top melt and separate it out into, originally it says 6 portions. So I'm gonna see if I can do that, if I can get there. I ended up using only a cup of the pasta sauce, so of the reserved pasta sauce, and maybe a cup and a quarter of milk. I had some unsweetened almond milk, that's just what we have on hand. Just letting you know, I will calculate the macros and then put it up for you. It's done. I don't know if we're gonna get to the soup today. The chicken's done, but so is kind of mama. So let's clean up and see how I'm feeling. I just took it out of the oven. I took it out like 5 minutes ago and it's been cooling, but it was like really bubbly when I took it out. I think definitely putting the cheese on top made it visually pretty, but I'm not serving it up straight from here. So I'm gonna divide it into, I'm gonna aim for 6. I don't really know how I'm gonna get 6 equal portions from this, but I'm gonna try. Okay, for the life of me, I can't figure out how to get this casserole dish to be cut in 6 even pieces. So I'm gonna separate it out and I'm just gonna weigh it as I go, and then I will give you the total amount that cooked up. I'm also going to, also I have 2 pounds of ground turkey going here. That's gonna be for dinner, but if you wanted to and you were still going, you could use it for meal prep as well. What I'm gonna do with the ground turkey, I just seasoned it with ginger, onion powder, and garlic. I think that's it. And then I'm going to make salad with it. So I have a head of romaine we're gonna rinse off. I still have some broccoli slaw, we're gonna throw that in there. I also bought some water chestnuts and I have some shelled edamame. So I thought we could throw that in as well. And then we also bought chow mein noodles. These fun for a little crisp in it too. So a very simple makeshift Asian salad-ish, because it's probably not. I also have cuties, so we could throw like a mandarin orange in there too. But that is an idea. That's gonna be for dinner. That's going. My chicken's done, and I wasn't gonna make the soup, but I don't really think it's gonna take that long to do, so I might as well. So I'm gonna separate this out into meal containers and then get the soup going too. Because no one is gonna eat this soup tonight, I am going to go ahead and just kind of make it in the Instant Pot here. I'm gonna take the chicken out, shred it up, and then put the saute button on my Instant Pot here. Or we could just bring it to pressure for like 2 minutes, but let's get this done first. Okay, we're just gonna wing it because the penne or the tortellini that I was gonna use, we're going through the pantry right now and it was past its prime. So we're gonna wing it and see what we can do. I'm gonna hit the saute button on my Instant Pot here and then give it a spray. That's just some diced onion. I had a little bit of celery in the fridge. And then our plop of garlic here. Whoops, or maybe 2 plops. So it is really fragrant and softening. I have this red lentil rotini pasta. I think what I'm gonna attempt to do is toss this in. I'm gonna put some water in as well, so prayerfully we don't get that burn notice on here. I have a can of white chili beans. Do I have any idea what I'm doing? No. We are winging it. So I'm gonna put that in as well. Kind of just eyeballing it. I think it needs a little bit more water, so let me get another cup of water at least. Okay, so total, that's 3.5 cups of water I've got in here. This is some frozen kale. And I have the chicken to the side here. I'm just gonna bring this to pressure without the chicken for a minute and see what it looks like, because I'm not gonna eat it today anyways, so we'll put this in for a minute and see if it cooks up the pasta. Okay, I give it a stir. And the pasta soaked up most of the water, so I'm actually going to add in, I have a can of diced tomatoes. I'm gonna put it in with the juice because I just feel like maybe some color would be nice in here. And then I have about 2 cups of cooked chicken. I did weigh out the grams to up the protein on that. It is a carb heavy soup right now because of, probably because of the pasta, but that's okay. I just wanted to have a soup ready to go because sometimes I just prefer, it's easy, it's fast. So if I have a soup ready to go, plus you can freeze it in individual portion sizes and it makes it super quick. I also have some fat-free cheese I think would be really good on here. If you don't care about the extra fat, then you can just use full fat. But so I think it looks pretty good just like this. I just put it in to MyFitnessPal for 6 servings, but this I think is gonna be way more than 6 servings. So how do I wanna weigh this out for y'all? Let me figure it out and get back to you. Okay, so here is my soup. It definitely needs more broth, but I'm just gonna do the macros now and taste it. I add hot sauce to everything, so I think I would actually, it needs more flavor. So sprinkle some salt in there, maybe some oregano. But like I said, I'm just going to put some red pepper flakes and maybe a sprinkling of the fat-free mozzarella cheese I have. So I added 10 grams of the cheese. That's not going to be in the total macros, but I like it with the heat, with the red pepper flakes. So I didn't add any salt to it. I just added the cheese and the red pepper flakes, and it's pretty tasty. So put the rest of the macros together, weigh it out, calculate, let you know. I put the rest of the soup away in these jars. You can see, like, it definitely will need more broth, but it made quite a bit. Plus, I have a bowl that I served myself. And I have some leftover cooked chicken here, so I'm going to put that in the fridge. It was cooling on there. So there's my soup. Here's my tally. You see my fridge. This is just, it's a sampling in my brain. This is how it works. It doesn't have to be this complicated. It really doesn't. But this is my afternoon prepping dinner, still caring for my kids, and doing all the mom things and the macro things. So this is what it looked like. So my soup total, this was my bowl. So one serving was 307 grams, but total 2,280 grams. So okay, I did do the dishes, so that's open and going. But at 300 grams per serving, everybody's down here. It's the end of the day. It is 5:40 and this mama is tired. So if 300 grams per serving, it would give you 7.6 servings, so 7.5. But I'm thinking it's going to give you more, especially because you could probably put a heck of a lot more broth in there and really stretch it out. But you want it to have a thick kind of like soup, like a stew soup, then that would be it, and that would be just fine. So I kind of like this. I'm gonna have my husband taste it when he gets home, see what he thinks of it too. But I'm all done for today. Let me show you if he'll let me. Here is my son's salad. He got some of the meat that we cooked up, the crispy noodles, and then he ended up using, let me see the dressing.
Yeah.
Just some Italian dressing we had on hand.
We don't have Asian.
That's right. Mom didn't end up making Asian dressing to go with tonight's dinner. And that's what was open in the fridge. So, we're making do. It has a taste. He's got his mouth full, but he says it's good. He didn't opt to put any tangerine or mandarin orange in it. Sometimes too healthy is too much for him. But that's going to do it for me today. Thanks so much for hanging out with me and getting this done. As you can hear, it's getting louder up in here. Get the rest of my kiddos served. Like I said, for the most part, it's cleaned up dinner. We just got that in a couple bowls. So good. As always, if you don't know, or you just need to be reminded, maybe the one to tell you you are deeply and truly loved and so appreciated. The volume just keeps going up in here. Thank you so much for watching and hanging out with me. I really appreciate you.